This is the Duck Creek Aqueduct on Indiana's Whitewater Canal. I'm Darren, and this is the Industrial Revolution. There's some unfortunate timing on my part, actually. I'm not able to go over to the towpath over on the other side of the aqueduct right now. We'll come back to that a little bit later. This is a single-span wooden aqueduct, originally built in 1839, crossing Duck Creek. The Whitewater River is just off to the right. As we approach the Duck Creek Aqueduct, you'll notice the water is a little bit low today. If we'd been here 2 days ago, there'd be about 4 feet of water here. Unfortunately, they had a massive storm a couple days ago, and that created flooding on the canal, and a large tree floated down the canal and actually punctured the wooden structure of the trough on the aqueduct here, causing it to leak really badly. They're working on repairing it and hope to have it repaired within the next couple of days. But in the meantime, there's very little water here. It does let us see more of the internal structures of the aqueduct, however. So these kinds of aqueducts were never actually common. There were only 10 known covered aqueducts in the entire US. And the way this one became a covered aqueduct is that when flooding destroyed it in 1846, the builder who was rebuilding it also purchased a partially built covered bridge. And he combined the partially built covered bridge with the aqueduct. The combination protected the wood of the aqueduct. Wood, if you don't know, is actually very strong and stable when it's kept completely dry. Wood is very strong and stable when it's kept completely underwater. Wood that is constantly moving up and down, getting wet, drying out, getting wet, drying out, is actually very, very weak. So by covering the wood elements of the aqueduct, including these large beams and arch that you see on here, that actually helped to really extend the life of this wooden aqueduct here. And that's mostly why it's still here, because these beams were all protected. You can see just up ahead where the wood planks are poking out the side. That's where a tree poked through it just 2 days ago. You can also see, looking down the aqueduct, you see a couple of metal gates. These look identical to the wicket gates on a lock. These are called spoil gates. And combined with the slots you see on the side here just before the aqueduct on both sides, you were able to drop in temporary cofferdams and open up those gates, and you could actually drain the aqueduct completely for maintenance or repairs. And that's something they're going to be doing here potentially even later today, I'm told. If we look up at the top, we see it looks like any other covered bridge. The arch looks just like you would see on a covered bridge, but instead of the bridge deck, you have a 4-foot deep canal. We come out here on the side of the aqueduct. The roof is modern, of course. And you can see the wood is modern. This has been replaced by the state, the wood trough. Those really don't last forever. So you can see these gates. There's one on each side. There's 2 on each side. And as I mentioned, these are pretty much identical to the wicket gates used in locks. In this case, they're spoil gates. These are used to drain the canal. They are not waterproof. They don't intend them to be waterproof. They don't even attempt it. Check out my video on canal water management. There are actually some real advantages to having leaky wicket gates and locks, leaky canals, just to keep the water flowing and prevent problems with your canal. Now here you have a canal bypass. If the water gets too high in here, or if there's an obstruction, the water will actually bypass here, go over this overflow, and flow down into the Whitewater River below. This helps to prevent major flooding problems, unless of course the flooding is so bad in the Whitewater River that it goes underwater as well. And that's just what happened 2 days ago. As you can see at the far side, you see all the way up at the top of that stonework, you have all that wood debris that washed there 2 days ago. So in the end, only 10 of these were actually built, the covered aqueducts in the entire United States. They were much more durable, but obviously they were also much more expensive. And that created some resistance to build them. This was originally built in 1839 and destroyed by flooding, and then was replaced in 1846 with the structure you see today. It was strengthened in 1868. There were more repairs in 1901, there's a restoration in 1946 to 1949, and it's been maintained since that point. Now it has a metal roof on it, it should be considerably more durable than it was. It's the only surviving wooden aqueduct canal, wooden canal aqueduct in the U.S. today. Despite the low water today, it'll be back to operational status here, potentially later today. The aqueduct spans, has a 71-foot span. It's 25 feet wide, 25 feet high. It includes at least 2 to 3 feet of water. 4 feet would have been preferable. It's made of oak beams and panels. In fact, this is the last one surviving. Makes it a treasure here. And that's why this is the Industrial Revolution. Before you go, I do need some help. Easiest thing you can do to help is simply like the video, also subscribe and hit notify. That goes a long ways towards telling YouTube, hey, these videos are worth watching, the channel's good, and it'll show it to more people. More people I have come in, bigger the channel grows. Also, if you can comment or participate over in the discussion tabs, that also goes a long ways towards helping with the video stats. It shows YouTube that people are actually participating and getting involved. I have a Patreon page at patreon.com/industrialrevolution if you want to help out there as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the next one.